Today I'm going to show you how to batch process.
What do we mean when we say a batch process? Normally, if we were to take our server here, it would simply be processing requests, one at a time as they come in. While that's great, it becomes inefficient at some point in time. So, what do? Let's take a new server. And it's processing these requests that are coming in. Now, eventually, too many requests are coming in for the server to process. So, what do? Well, like we discussed earlier, you'd set up a queue in between the two. So, set up our queue. Now what happens is, these requests, instead of going directly to the server, will loop around and come through the queue. So, come in here. Now, as that happens, you start to get messages. And these messages just start queuing up. And because you're working with asynchronous processing, why should we just process them immediately? Let them wait for a couple seconds and queue up. Now, what happens is, let's say you have 100 messages in the queue. This server can now make a request to the queue, receive, let's say, 5 messages at a time, and process them in a batch. So, in this request right here, when the queue returns the number of messages that we want, it's 5 instead of just 1. So the server iterates through those 5 very quickly, instead of doing one at a time and having to make a secondary request to the queue to get the second message. Instead, with one request, it gets 5 messages. And that way, you save a lot of overhead on the processing time and the request time.
And that's what batch processing is. Be sure to check out some of our other awesome videos. I'm your own. Thanks again for joining.